And we've come up with a massive vision, and that vision is a world without waste. But how we're going to get to that world without waste, it's by overlaying technology on one of the most inefficient industries, waste management, that the world's ever seen. And we believe that if we can take technology and plug that into this industry, it's going to be better for you, me, and everybody else. I feel restricted if I'm working for an employer. I like to be able to lead. I like to be able to challenge the people that I'm working with. I like to be able to challenge the customers and get into the hearts and minds of those customers and deliver something that I know 4 or 5 steps ahead is better for them prior to them knowing it, and take them on that journey to get there. So I've done the SEO thing with somebody before. In fact, 2 companies. The failure of those particular companies and what the reasons why the campaigns haven't been as successful as they could be is because they haven't focused on long-term relationship building. It's all been about, let's get some money through, let's get some campaigned, let's pay X amount per month for a 12-month commitment, and let's get it done, but not actually deliver on the results. I'm not taking any responsibility for those results. I think the first thing was, there's definitely an element of doubt, that this LinkedIn thing is just another system, just another AdWords system, or just another social marketing system. That generally, my view is that in Australia, nobody's really got quite right. What is this and how's it going to work? But the key thing for me was the relationship. I knew that if Rana was going to present something to me, he knew my history, he knew our history, and he knew the desire that I had to succeed. It comes down to the relationship, it comes down to the trust. And if Rana came to me and said, let's go and do this, let's analyse it, let's look at the risk involved, and let's have a chance to jump in at it and do it. But what really got me, and I guess which gave me a significant confidence boost, is when I went to meet with Rob. In that first instance, we did things on that day, right? So we did it together. Rob got into the profile and he started making some real changes. So he got into and changes that I understood and reasons why I understood them, which could potentially give an immediate effect. I think within that first 24 hours, there was some real runs on the board. We started to see some engagement happening. People starting to send direct messages, people starting to read the content and articles. So when it comes to getting that strategy right, I can spend a few hours a day, strategizing, whether it be at night. But then to have somebody, and this is what I got with Rob and the team at Evolved early on, was that they were going to help execute that strategy and do it in an ethical basis with me. We then worked out who we were potentially going to want to engage with. So I spent some time with the team there working on that, and they got to understand the language that I use and how that I use it, and then we started to narrate that into the content that we put together. So the effects of the icon system have been fairly profound. We have been able to see a significant upside in the amount of content that we've been able to put out there. What that's allowed us to do is to have hundreds of people engage on both our content that we've written and also engage on our own forum that we put together. So I think at last count we had a couple of hundred of the most like-minded individuals from around the world on our forum talking about smart cities and smart waste. Now that's a very niche market, smart waste. Not a lot of people are doing it. And to have a forum that's developed 200 people of the world's best minds talking about that gives us a complete platform to be able to talk to people in a social environment, but also have that business edge and provide and share that content. So we're having a number of relationship engagements on LinkedIn which are leading to further meetings. And when we get to those offline meetings, it's almost like we're not wasting time in getting to know each other. And I found that being really remarkable. I had a meeting with one of Australia's largest telecommunications companies. And when I walked into the meeting, the first thing the gentleman said is, we met on LinkedIn. And I found that quite remarkable, quite a the system works. We've discussed on LinkedIn, he knows who I am. We don't need to spend another 15 to 20 minutes trying to get to know each other's background story because we know the spaces that we're working in. And I think that's one of the key critical elements to getting the results. One particular engagement on LinkedIn can work towards a deal that could be potentially worth $2-3 million. What we were able to do through the Icon system is engage with somebody directly within the Lord Mayor's office. We had a robust, 45-minute, hour conversation about how our technology can better our city and how it can be influential in being able to guide smart waste and smart decision-making processes to make the city a smart city for the future. We were also invited to put together a proposal to do a trial run and a pilot program at certain areas of the city, and we were connected to the right people. So rather than just being connected in silos, as we have been, we're able to be connected on a holistic approach to be able to bring each one of those silos together through the connection that we've made on LinkedIn and develop the relationship a whole lot further.